What's up, guys? So I'm gonna do a story time video today because I just saw a girl that I dated shortly, and it's worth telling the story. So all right, so let me start from the beginning. This was when I was single. Obviously I don't date people while I'm married. I don't remember what year it was, and by the way, I'm just gonna say the girl. I'm not gonna use her name, obviously. And I will say that, like, when I saw her pictures of her on her dating profile, I thought she was cute. Obviously, that's why I pursued it. But I didn't get what I was expecting when she showed up in person. Now I thought, like, all right, that's cool, it's fine. Let me get to know her. And then I just wasn't into her at all. So it wasn't just looks, it was personality. It just wasn't for me, and that's fine. Totally for someone else. Everyone's got a person. I truly believe that. So let me start the story. So I'm single, looking to date. So yeah, I put a profile out there, just thought, hey, why not, try it out. The thing is, where I live, dating is almost impossible. First off, there's no bars. Not that you really want to take home a girl from the bar necessarily. Now, there could be a wonderful woman who just happens to be at the bar, but for me in my life, I don't want someone who is a regular at a bar. So that's not a great option, and I don't really go to bars anyway. Nightclubs, they don't exist. There's no nightclub probably for an hour and a half from where I live. That's not a thing. Plus, even if there were nightclubs all around me, that's not my scene either. You know, I can go to a nightclub, have a great time, but that's not where I do. I don't do that. So there's that. Essentially, people who date around here are people who just see each other at the grocery store, or the pharmacy. It's really, there's not a lot of social things for dating. Now, there's social, events that you can go to, and if you're just outgoing and you can meet people and start talking to someone and, hey, how you doing? Oh, you seem very nice. Are you in a relationship? You can go that route. That's totally fine. But it takes a pretty bold person to just randomly ask people questions. And when I was single, I would occasionally do that. Mostly I would think with cashiers. I flirted a little bit back and forth, and there's a couple occasions where I think I asked, like, hey, you dating or whatever, and one or two times the person wasn't dating, but I just lost interest. So nothing ever happened that way. So yeah, the dating scene where I am is almost non-existent. So I figured, hey, why not go online? Go on the internet. That's what everyone does, right? Which is funny because eventually I found the woman of my dreams on the internet. But that's not this story. This is not the woman of my dreams. So yeah, I'm on this site. I get a message from this girl. Look at her profile picture. She only has one picture, but she's cute. She's a cute girl. It's a neck up headshot. And I thought, hey, she's cute. So we start talking. So we're talking in messages and stuff, right? And I haven't even actually heard her on the phone at this point. So we decided to set up a date. At this point, she's going to college. And so there's a mall that's close to the college. She's living at the dorms there. So I thought, all right, cool. I think she was a freshman in college at the time. A little younger than me, but that was totally fine. In fact, my wife now is younger than me by, I think, 8 years. So it's cool. I don't mind that. The younger the better, as long as they're obviously over 18. When you're an adult, I don't think age is a huge factor. Now, obviously, if there's a girl who's 21 or a guy who's 21 with like a 50 or 60-year-old, that's quite a gap. I mean, I'm trying not to judge people. It's just one of those things. I wouldn't mind dating an older woman. It's not like I had a preference or younger or older. I was kind of just open to anyone who I clicked with, Anyway, so she happened to be younger. Fast forward to our date, we met at the mall. And I'm sitting there, and I told her where it would be, like in front of whatever store it was. And I'm sitting there, I'm just waiting. And I'm a little nervous, of course. I'm looking all around, waiting for this girl. And she shows up, and I kind of recognize her face. Her picture was definitely not recent. She was younger in her picture. Not by much, It wasn't a grade school picture or anything. Come on. She was probably, I don't know. I'm trying to tell the story but not be offensive. I don't want to be offensive. I'm far from perfect, okay? And so I don't want to sit and just rip into someone, especially how they look or anything like that. To each their own, right? But it just wasn't what I was expecting at all. So my initial reaction was just like, oh, damn. But I'm a nice guy. And I thought, you know what? Who cares? You know, maybe she's the most wonderful person in the world. So let me do this date. Let me treat her right and see where it goes. And so we're at the mall. I suggested that we get dinner. I told that beforehand, like, hey, we'll look around a little bit. I'll get you some dinner. Maybe we'll go see a movie or something. See how you feel, right? We don't have to really plan it out. So we ate at the mall. I think it was an Applebee's. And she was very, very shy. And that's fine. People are shy. Dating's awkward. It's a really awkward thing for most people, and you just don't know what to do, and you're nervous and anxious, and you want it to go well, and especially, you know, I don't know what she's thinking in her mind, too. I might not have been the, man of her dreams when I showed up, but my pictures were of me, and they were very recent pictures. So, I don't see how she would be surprised by how I look. But anyway, so we're on our date. And, I'm picking dinner and stuff, and I thought, like, oh, maybe she'll be like a girl on a date and get a little salad, whatever. No, she didn't. She got a big-ass steak dinner. And, okay, cool. That's fine. I wanted to offer to pay for dinner, and that's fine. So she got the big, expensive steak dinner. All right, fine. Now, the problem I had, like, right off the rip is, okay, she's shy, but now we're sitting at a table across from each other, right? It's dinner. It's a first date. So, what's your family like? Do you have any siblings? I'm asking these questions, right? And her head's down, and she's talking to me, and she's on her phone. And she's, like, looking at stuff on her phone and kind of answering my questions, like, really simple, like, not engaging, So I'm already starting to get this, like this is not going to work vibe, I really wanted to get to know her and see, she's a nice person, if we had similar interests, that kind of thing, right? Because, the profile page seemed like it was all good, but you don't know until you're in person. So I had a lot of just random questions about her. Who are you, right? What's your life like? Is this something we can, do together? Here's my life, that kind of thing. She had no interest. She just didn't, want to talk. So again, I'm thinking, like, all right, well, maybe she's just kind of shy. That's fine, right? So we go through dinner. She ate all of her food. I paid for dinner, which was a lot. I forget. I think I got like a burger and fries or something, but the bill was like 80 or 90 bucks. Okay, fine. Not a big deal. I'm a traditional dude, so like when you go on a date, at least in my world, I'm the guy. I will treat you. You know what I mean? This is a treat for me to go on a date, so I don't mind that. I know nowadays dating, I can't imagine going out and date today, especially in like some, more populated area cities, stuff like that. Things have changed quite a bit in not that much time, right? But I know like some people are, hey, you know what? I'm going to pay my way, you pay your way. I get that. That's kind of cool because I know there's so many women who might take advantage of a date for a nice free meal and they have no interest in actually dating you. Maybe they want something. I know that sounds a little bit sexist, but it goes both ways. But you don't hear a whole lot of stories about guys going on dates with women just to use them for dinner. Because generally speaking, the women don't buy the dinner. Now, of course, in some rare cases they do, but I don't think it's as common as the other way around, right? But again, I'm traditional. I'm taking you out for dinner. I'm treating you to this date. So it wasn't that big of a deal, right? I took a little hit. I'm like, all right, fine. But we're not really connecting. So we're walking through the mall, and she said, oh, wow, Gertrude Hawk. Now, if you're not familiar, Gertrude Hawk is a chocolate company. They make some really amazing chocolate. It's really, really good. Like, if you can get down with a Hershey bar and think that's delicious, you got to try real chocolate. So they actually make really, really good handmade chocolate and stuff, but it's expensive. So I said, oh, yeah, let's go check it out. So we go in the store, and I thought, all right, I'll buy her a little chocolate bar or something, or, a little handful of something or whatever. I had no idea what I was getting myself into. I told her, hey, you know what? Help yourself. It's on me. You pick some stuff out you like. And she did. I spent $120 on chocolate. Now, what did I buy? I bought one $15 box of chocolate. So they had these boxes, and they're small molded chocolates, like, you know, during the holidays, all little Santas and trees, and Halloween, they get the pumpkins, that kind of thing, right? It's really good chocolate. They have different fillings, different flavors and stuff like that, but it's a small box. I mean, the container's like this big, but it's really just like a big fistful of handmade little molded chocolate. 15 bucks. And that's like the sale price. They're usually like 17 or something like that. I think they're called smidgens. If you know Gertrude Hawk, maybe you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, that's all I got. She was picking, she had a couple boxes of those, and oh, let me get a little, you know, some of these bars, and let me grab some of this. I was just like, I don't know, is it rude? I did offer. She definitely took me up on the offer. So we're walking around the mall, and like, you know, we're talking a little bit, but again, she's being very just off-puttish and just not really just engaged, that's all. We get outside, she wants to go have a cigarette. I didn't know she was a smoker, wasn't in the profile. I don't smoke cigarettes. It's not the end of the world, but certainly not, you know, a turn on or an attractive thing to me. So we go outside, and she's smoking her cigarette, and she's talking about weed. She's like, "Oh, you smoke weed? You know, maybe we can go back and get high, or whatever." I'm like, I don't currently smoke weed. Thank you, but no thanks. You know, take a rain check on that. So at this point, originally I was planning on going to the movies, take her to the movies, dinner and a movie, right? Traditional. I didn't even bother with the movie. It was getting a little bit later from walking around and picking out half the store, the chocolate store. And dinner took a lot longer than I thought to. The food just took a little while, you know. And again, we're sitting there after the food was done, and I'm talking to her, asking questions. She's talking a little bit, you know, but just really just not, it's not engaging. I'm not feeling it, like, at all. So, you know, we get in the car. I say, like, hey, you know, it's kind of getting late. You know, I'll take a rain check on the movie. Maybe we'll, you know, go out on another date in the future, and I'll bring you to the movies. But, you know, she's like, oh, yeah, then that's cool. Can you take me to the store real quick, though, on the way home? Because she didn't have a car. She didn't drive. So she needed school supplies. All right, cool. So we went to a Walmart that was in the area. And we go in, and we're looking around, and we're in the supply area, whatever, and you know, in the aisle, whatever. And she, you know, just comes in and hugs me. I'm like, all right, cool. You know, so we're just hugging, and we're hugging for a long time. Like, it wasn't like, hey, you know, you saw your uncle hug. Hey, how you doing, buddy? No, this is like a long, passionate hug, you know. And, you know, it feels good. It's been a while since I held a woman for more than a couple seconds, so that was nice for a moment. And then it just became awkward. They were hugging too long, and so then, you know, afterwards, and it's weird to me because, again, we're not clicking at all, right? So I didn't know where that came from. I didn't know where the hug came from. So yeah. There's so much more I want to say, but I don't want to. I feel bad. I don't want to offend her if she ever sees the video, you know, because she does seem nice, just not for me. All right, I'll tell you. Screw it. She had a big butt, big old butt, and her butt crack went on for days. So I don't know why. Again, I'm a dude, so I didn't mind. You know, I don't mind seeing that, but it was just always out. So don't judge me. Don't judge me for this. But yeah, I mean, I'm looking. It's whatever. So yeah. So fast forward, I'm bringing her home, back to the dorms, and you know, hey, had a nice time, you know, and she's just like sitting there quiet, and she kind of reached in for a kiss. All right, cool, yeah, that's all. We kissed a little bit. It wasn't magical. It was a little bit awkward. I don't even know why. She did taste like cigarettes, and I immediately thought of Forrest Gump. They taste like, or I'm sorry, smell like cigarettes or something like that. I forget. Maybe it was taste like cigarettes, but that like literally hit me, and I was like kind of trying not to laugh because she's talking afterwards, and it's all I could think of. Just cigarette breath. So it was like very conflicting. It was nice, but it wasn't nice. at the same time, just like her big butt and her butt crack. It was nice because, you know, it's like it's a naked butt kind of, right? Because a lot of it was hanging out, but also no. No, it's not really nice in the middle of Walmart, right? So anyway, so that was it. That was the date, right? I go home. And the drive home was pretty long, and I'm really contemplating things. I'm like, you know, I didn't get anything out of her. I don't know that much about her. She wasn't opening up to me. You know, I don't know really. I didn't feel like any connection. I mean, I didn't want her to spend a bunch of my money, but I almost didn't mind her being like, you know, a little girly, like, oh, I'm just gonna get a little salad, like being pretend. You know, she was real, so I was thinking about that. I'm like, you know, first I'm thinking like, well, what the hell? She cost me like $250 tonight and didn't talk to me. And the other side of me is like, well, no, at least she's being like real. Like that's who she is. So she's not hiding that. So I appreciated the honesty of like, hey, you're offering, I'm going to spend it. But then I went back to like, no, screw that. I spent too much money. So it was very, very conflicting, right? So she texts me like the next day, oh my God, I had a fantastic time. You know, when do you want to go out on another date? At this point, I'm just thinking, man, this is going to cost me. And I said, you know, you're really nice. I did the gentleman letdown thing, you know. And this is on a text, by the way. You know, texting back. Hey, you know, I did have a pretty good time, but, you know, I don't know if we're, like, on the same level, if, you know, we really connect, you know, how I thought we would. And, you know, I'm not sure if I'm interested in going on the date. I hit send. It couldn't have been more than like 30 seconds. My phone rings. I think it's her. I pick up. It's her friend. In her dorm room, like her roomie or whatever. What the F is wrong with you? How can you break her heart like that? You're such a scumbag. I'm like, hello? Who is this? This is so-and-so. You know, I'm a friend. I'm like, well, can you put her on her phone? She doesn't want to talk to you. You're an a-hole. Just like going off. I mean, I got verbally abused by this friend. And I thought, that was weird. And that's it. All right, whatever. You know, it's over. Oh, it wasn't over. So I think I got a couple really just nasty texts. We went on one date. We talked for probably 2 weeks, and even like I said, talking, I didn't learn that much about her. I thought in person maybe she wouldn't, you know, be as sheltered and open up or whatever. So that story in itself is kind of whatever, right? But here's the part where it gets interesting. So I don't live in like a tiny little town of like 50 people. There's plenty of people around here, but I can't shake this chick. I see her everywhere. So get this. Later on, some years pass. Years. I meet Christina online. We start dating in person. We hit it off. It's awesome. We fall in love. She comes to live with me. We get married. Happily ever after, right? Now, when she came out from Connecticut, you know, she had to find some work. And so previously, she was going to college. When we were dating, she was going to college for law. And just like a lot of people, her life completely changed because she gave all that up to come move here and live with me. But, you know, at the time, neither one of us really had money to get her back in college, you know what I mean? So she just had to find something, just some job, you know, for a paycheck. And so she did retail for a while. The first thing she did was work at Family Dollar. And while she was working at Family Dollar, it was really messed up. I have all kinds of stories of that. In fact, you know, I might tell a separate little story. It's her story, but it's hilarious. So stay tuned. I'll share that with you guys, a little one. Anyway, so she's working there. Guess who gets a job there? That's right. The girl, well, I don't even know what to call her. She's not really an ex-girlfriend at all, because I don't really think she was ever a girlfriend. We just went on a date, talked for a little while. But let's just call her Mystery Girl. Mystery Girl gets a job there. So, my wife isn't driving at this time. She came from a city she never had to drive. She was going to college. She got the bus to college, that kind of thing. So she didn't get her license yet or whatever, so I'm dropping her off at work and picking her up. So now I have to avoid Mystery Girl because their hours are, like, they work a lot of the same hours. So it was super, I mean, I'm talking dipping and ducking in the car. I just did not want to see this chick. So skip forward a couple years. Now she's working at a pharmacy. My wife. guess who gets a job at the pharmacy? Mystery girl. Are you f***ing kidding me? Are you kidding me? You can't make this stuff up. So at some point, my wife transfers, and instead of working like, you know, up at the retail part of the pharmacy, she actually works at the pharmacy, right? Filling prescriptions, taking orders, things like that. Who transfers back there? You bet your sweet Bippy, the mystery girl. So again, at this point, I'm still seeing her all the time, right? Eventually, things don't work out. This pharmacy was bought out by a bigger pharmacy. Totally different thing. Wanted to screw up all the you know, processes. It was really such a mess. My wife left for something else, right? So now she's moved on. My wife working. She's very happy with. She works with challenged kids, a lot of autistic kids, all kinds of problems like that, and she loves it. It's very rewarding. So kudos to her. I mean, she's very patient with that kind of stuff. Very good at what she does. So now my wife is out of this picture as far as the story goes, but not Mystery Girl. Mystery Girl bops around, gets all kinds of jobs in town, cannot just avoid her. She's working at the gas station. So now when I get gas, I got to avoid her, right? Now she goes to the other gas station. I keep running into her everywhere I go. At some point, she works, I think, for McDonald's. She's got every single job in town. So every time I go somewhere, I see her constantly. And it's really, really awkward. I mean, I think it was a Dunkin' Donuts and then the other gas station, just all over the place. And there's been many times where, because now she knows my wife, she knows me, I'm pretty sure she remembers me, and she'll see us together, and no one says anything. It's the most awkward thing ever. So she pretends like she doesn't know my wife, even though she worked with her at multiple jobs. She pretends like she doesn't know me, but she gives this like just hard look, like staring. I remember one time when me and my wife went in and we got Subway at the gas station. She was working at the gas station. So we're standing there online, ordering our sandwiches and stuff. She's over here at the cashier for the gas station. And like I glance over and she's just staring at us. So I'm like, oh, hello. It is so awkward. Every time I run into her, it's awkward. And guess what I saw her? Today, getting gas. She's at a new gas station. I literally have been going to this other one to avoid her. And now she's got a job there. Good Lord. She might be a sweet girl. Like I said, I never got a chance to know her. And it's funny, too, because when my wife Christina was working at Family Dollar originally and she got the job there, she said, oh, we got this new girl, you know, and I'm like, oh, what's she like? And she kind of explained, you know, her a little bit. And at some point she's like, yeah, but, you know, every time she's like stocking stuff, her ass is always hanging out. And I went, what? She's like, yeah, I mean, like a lot, like most of it is showing. And like customers come in, like dudes will stand there and stare, women will stare, whatever. I'm like, is her name? Oh, I accidentally said her name. I have to edit that out. I said, oh, is her name blah, blah, blah? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, her last name? Yeah. Oh my God, you got to be kidding me, right? So anyway, my battery is dying on the camera, even though there probably is a little bit more to this story. I'm going to end it there. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Again, if you're the mystery girl and you happen to stumble across this video, no offense, you weren't for me. And honestly, I'm glad it didn't work out just because I'm with Christina and I can't imagine anyone better in my life. Absolutely still in love, almost 10 years later, the most wonderful woman for me ever. So things happen for a reason. But this particular girl is just like a fucking thorn in my side. I swear to God, I just can't shake her. I feel like one day when I move, she's going to move and come really close to where we go. It's insane. Seriously, I can't make it up. Whenever I'm around town, oh, there she is. Hello. So, anyway, that's all for now. Let me know in the comment section, do you have a similar story where you maybe dated someone, it didn't work out, maybe even an ex, it could be an ex-wife, but you still live close to each other, so you see each other all the time, and it's just awkward? Let me know. I'd love to hear your story. Anyway, thanks for watching. Sorry there's a couple beeps in this one, or I edited out the profanity. Watch your profanity. Remember, storage words, or storage, whatever. Anyway, that's all. I'm leaving. Have a wonderful day. I can't even talk now. It's cold. I will see you tomorrow with a brand new video. Take care.